Well, it was a college football playoff championship that was worth staying up for last night. Hopefully you did. 8772 Radio U. Indiana does something they've never done before. Win a football championship. And they actually did it in really amazing fashion. It was a great game.
Yep.
But Fernando Mendoza earned it. He proved why he got the Heisman. And he was, to me, the difference in the game last night. What separated Indiana from, in many ways, getting outplayed in a lot of other aspects, but you just could have Fernando Mendoza to lean on. And 4th and 5 in the red zone, up by 3. Do you go for a field goal? Do you try to win in the fourth quarter? And they went for it, and Fernando Mendoza runs it in for a touchdown, and that was the cushion that they needed.
Yep.
To be able to get the national championship win over Miami.
Yeah, I don't think there's many seasons when you can say a Heisman Trophy winner proves that they should have won the Heisman after winning the Heisman Trophy. But I think you can say that about Fernando Mendoza after that performance, after that game, after that dive. He deserves to win the Heisman Trophy. And, there's very few seasons we can point to where it's like the team that, was perfect, had the national championship, and also had the Heisman Trophy winner. They put it all together. There's very few teams you could point to that have done all of those things. I mean, I think the first one that we think of is obviously Joe Burrow and the LSU Tigers from 2015. They were perfect. They had the Heisman Trophy winner and just looked unstoppable. And Indiana really looked unstoppable all year. And as you said, this game was very, very close. It was a good, hard-fought battle. But Mendoza was the difference.
Yeah, especially when the juxtaposition, obviously it was not the last drive for Indiana on offense when he scored the touchdown.
Yeah.
There on 4th down, Miami went down and scored, put it back at a 3-point game, and then Indiana kicks a field goal to make it a 6-point game. So it wasn't the game ending, but that was the play for Indiana. Yeah. And then, of course, Miami, I feel very emblematically of their season and just who they are. Carson Beck throws an interception on a drive to end the final drive to end their chances of winning.
Yeah.
It just feels, and then the juxtaposition between the two just feels fitting. Allie, don't you think this is, obviously Indiana does something that's never been done before. They go 16-0, an amazing season. Shouldn't everybody else be embarrassed? Embarrassed.
By why?
By Indiana. They are the most losingest school of all time, right?
Yep.
They had nary a 5-star recruit on the team, only a few 4-stars. So it's basically a bunch of guys that were just not thought of at all in recruiting. And in 2 years, Indiana goes from a nothing program to making the college football playoff, and then 1 year later, so 2 years from Curt Cignetti getting there, winning the national championship, again, without any 5-star recruits whatsoever.
Yeah.
Shouldn't Ohio State and Michigan and Alabama and Miami, who gave them a good game, but they should be embarrassed. If Indiana can do this and they're Indiana in 2 years, what's your excuse? What's Michigan's excuse that, like, Jim Harbaugh leaves? Shouldn't you still be able to just bounce right back? If Indiana can do it, you're Michigan. Why can't you do it?
Well, Michigan's got a lot of other things to worry about. But I will say, yeah, it's extremely impressive with what Indiana's done. Now, I will push back a little bit in the sense that I feel like sometimes we look at this story and we think that over the past 2 years, what Cignetti has done has been like a miraculous turnaround for Indiana. And in some senses it is. But also I do think back at some of those teams that, Allen had put together, and they were very competitive teams. It's not like they were winning 2 games a year. They were winning 7, 8 games a year. And so this isn't the turnaround that maybe some people are thinking. It's more of if we could call Indiana a franchise turnaround, where it was the losingest program ever. And, the program that hadn't won a national championship, hadn't even, I think, played in the Big Ten championship game in 40 years?
Yeah,
maybe even more than that.
I think it wasn't the 60s last time they even won a conference championship.
Maybe, and they might have not played for one since the 80s. And so it had been a long, long time. And so this is really just you have to give all, like hats off, give all the claps, everything to this Indiana team for what they've done. It's incredible.
It raises the bar for everybody else that I don't know. It's not like all of a sudden every coach should be fired in 2 years. But at the same time, again, you're Lane Kiffin coming to Ole Miss. Curt Cignetti turned Indiana into a national champion in 2 years.
Yeah.
So you go to LSU, Lane Kiffin, you got 2 years. And you need to at least be in the conversation.
Right.
Because if Curt Cignetti could do it, you have no excuse.
It's
I'm telling
true.
you, at a better program.
This is just going to funnel more money into the Big Ten, though. Like, it's just watch out. Like, the Big Ten, they're all going to want to compete with Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
And now the more and more money, the more and more donors are lining up to give.